Right. Now, today's topic is on light. All right, then let's move to the next slide. So this is a quick recap. Properties of light. Can you all type into the chat what do you think the first blank is? Everyone, type in the chat. Let's see who's the first one to type. Wow. Hey, hang on, Jaslyn. Traverse. But no, hang on. I got the word traverse already, Jaslyn. Okay, Jaslyn. Right, so light travels in a what line? Okay, so most of you got the answers. All right, so good job, Jiening, Jaslyn, Ho Yan, Jiaping. All right, can see your answer. Good job. The rest of you, is it because you're still thinking? Okay, let me admit some more people. Just a minute. Okay, Marisa. Hang on, because I have to admit and take attendance at the same time. All right, think about what is the second blank while I'm taking attendance. I have just, there's a Marisa mom. Can I know the name of the child, please? Oh, that's Marisa. Okay, let me mark you as present. Hold on, let me admit 3 more students. Tristan, Kaihan, Kaden. Tristan, Kaihan, Kaden. Thank you for your patience. All right, so nobody's in the waiting room already. Okay, thanks, Marisa. I see your response. All right, so everybody, wow, so good. You know the answers to these 2 questions. All right, so light travels in a straight line. Just a minute. Right, so, and light can be reflected. This word is important for primary school, reflection of light. All right, one more in the waiting room. All right, but we move on. Okay, let me just admit this. Okay, welcome those who have just come in. All right, so this is our first concept slide. Light travels in a straight line, light can be reflected. All right, then we move on to the next one. Now, light from these are just quick concept slides before we jump into the tutorial questions, all right? Light from the bulb falls onto the book, okay? And then the book reflects light into our eyes. That's how we can see the book. So if I use my laser pointer, so this is a light source. It's a source of light. Just a minute, let me double check that you are seeing. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is a light source. Light from the bulb will actually fall onto the book, and then this book will reflect the light into our eyes. That's how our eyes can see the book. All right, so this is the correct way, light entering your eyes this way. Right, so this book is reflecting the light into your eyes. All right, okay, let's move on. Hang on. Oops, I become hang on. Okay, the eraser doesn't seem to be working fine today. Okay, doesn't matter. Let me go to my slide. Okay, this is strange. Just a minute. Okay, let me stop share and reshare. There's something wrong with the technology. And let me admit one more. Kai Chen is here. Okay, apologies. Let me take attendance for Kai Chen first. Nice. Sorry, Kai Chen, is that your name? Because I cannot find your name. Can I have your name, please? Kai Chen. The person who just came into the room, whom I just admitted, may I know your name, please? If you rename it, I wouldn't be able to see who has renamed.
Chan Hao Jian.
Chan Hao Jian Chan. Hang on. Okay, I got your name. Thank you very much, Hao Jian. Welcome. Okay, I need to restart the PowerPoint slide because the inking has problems. Let me check. This cut. Okay, keep just a minute. Okay, let's see whether this works. Okay, you can see my slide and I can go on. Okay, now when an object blocks slide, this is a keyword blocks. All right, so learn all these keywords when you answer PSLE questions next year. You're going to take PSLE exam. So you must know all these are the keywords that you must appear. Okay, so when an object blocks light, this object forms a shadow on a screen. Okay, so the keywords when you talk about shadow, it must be some object blocking light. All right, those who just came in, we were talking about these two main concepts. Light travels in a straight line and light can be reflected. All right, so the light from the light bulb will fall onto the book and the book will reflect the light into our eyes. That's how we see the book. Now there are three objects here, A, B, and C. This is actually very interesting shadow. Can you see which shadow is the darkest? Can you all type your response into the chat, please? Which shadow is the darkest? Okay, good job, Kaden. Jaslyn, good job. Good job, Ho Yan. Good job, Jia Ping. All right, so the rest all very good. All can see A has a sharp, darkest shadow. Right, so A is an opaque object. Okay, so A is an opaque object and it has a darkest shadow. All right, now B is translucent. That means you can see a little bit. You can see C is transparent. You can see the finger very clearly. Whereas the fingers for B, right, you can see only a little bit, like a bit blur. You see a blur image. So for B, B is translucent, meaning it gives you a lighter shadow or a blur shadow. For C, it's totally transparent, so it does not give you any shadow. Either that no shadow at all or very little shadow. All right. Now for PSLE, you do not need to learn the word opaque, transparent, translucent. You don't need these three words. But instead, you will say whether it allows most light, all light, or some light to pass through. All right. So can we talk about opaque? Can everybody type in the chat? What is the meaning of opaque? Opaque means allows what kind of light to pass through? All light, or most light, or some light. Okay. So for opaque object, it allows what kind of light to pass through? All light, some light, or no light? For opaque. Okay, good. All right. Skylar, if it allows all light to pass through, that's transparent material already. All right, but good try. Okay, if it allows all light to pass through, then that material is transparent, not opaque. Okay, so most of you are putting it as no light. So I'm going to write here. So opaque, right? So here will be, all right, allows no light, okay, to pass through. Are you able to see the red clearly? Maybe I'll change to blue so that it's clearer for you. All right, so allows no light to pass through. That's for opaque. So if you cannot learn the word opaque, you write allows no light to pass through it. All right, to pass through the material, to pass through it. All right, where else will be translucent? So translucent will mean allows what kind of light to pass through? Can everybody type into the chat?
What light again?
Allows what kind of light to pass through? All right, to pass through it. Yes, good job, everyone. All right, so allow some light to pass through it. Okay, allow some light. Then transparent will be allows what kind? Allows. Now, if you say allows all light, not so good actually. It should be allows most light. Do you know why? If it allows all light to pass through, you know what it is or not? 7 months is coming, Chinese calendar 7 months, then it becomes a ghost. All right, some people believe there's ghosts in the world. Some people don't believe there's ghosts in the world, but let's pretend there's really ghosts. If we cannot see ghosts, even if there are ghosts in the world, it's because ghosts is totally, it allows all light to pass through it. All right, so all light can pass through the ghost, so we don't see ghosts. But for this transparent, can you all see the transparent clip? All right, this transparent clipboard, you can still see a little bit, right? So allows most light to pass through. So it's better to write most light. Please don't write all light. Okay, so let me box up the ones in red. So either you say no light, allows no light to pass through, or it allows some light to pass through, or it allows most light to pass through. So do not write allows all light to pass through it. So all will be wrong. All right, because if there's a material that allows all light to pass through it, our eyes will not be able to see the material. If you watch Harry Potter, they have special clothing. You know, Harry Potter can have a special clothing that he put over himself, and nobody in the world can see him. Then he can walk around, okay, and do some detective work without anyone knowing he's present. So that material, right, that special magical material is then it allows all light to pass through it. All right, so you cannot even see at all. It's invisible. All right, it's invisible. Okay, so over here, so remember you use allows no light, allows some light, or allows most light, but don't write allows all light. Is everybody clear? All right, do not write allows all light to pass through it because it becomes an invisible material. Okay, let's go on to first question. All right.
Teacher.
Yes, that's
yes. I think he put like something like a TV on front, and he put a camera that connects to the TV at the back, so people
You are
can
talking. You are talking about this, is it? You are talking about this photograph, is it?
that Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry
Oh, you're
Potter. Like you can just put a TV at the front and the camera that connects to the TV at the back, so people will just see behind him even though he's actually there.
Okay. All right. So you can be a director, okay, for Harry Potter movies. All right. Shall we move on to the first question then? Okay, which one is the source of light? The keyword here is source. All right. So can y'all tell me your answer? A, B, C, or D? Type into the chat. Okay. So most of you, right, have written, some of you have two answers. Some of you say, I think the answer is B and C because moon is very bright, no? I look up to the sky, I can see the bright yellow moon, but it is wrong. The moon does not give out any light. So the answer is C. Okay, so a lit candle gives out light on its own. After you lighted it, gives out light. Okay. However, moon does not give out light. Take note of this. I put a star. The answer is C. All right, moon does not give out light. Then why is it that we still see the bright yellow moon at night? Anybody wants to explain this to Miss Ivy? Jiening.
No, I know.
Yes, Tristan. Tristan, raise your hand. Yeah, would you like to try?
It is because the sun is just behind it.
Because although the moon is not a source of light, so take note, okay, so moon is not a light source, not a source of light. All right, but yet we see a bright moon at night is because the moon actually reflects light. So the moon reflects light from where? From the sun. At night, actually, there's still sun, although we don't see it in the sky, okay? So the sun will not disappear, as sun is forever in the universe. All right, so although we don't see the sun in the sky, but the sun, right, the light from the sun will be shining on the moon, and the moon will just reflect the light from the sun. So the moon itself does not give out any light. All right, so take note of this, and this. All right, any questions so far? Kaden, please don't annotate. Thank you very much. All right, you only annotate when I ask you to. Is that okay? Thank you. All right, any questions so far? So don't get tricked. All right, so actually another one. Do you know what teachers love to set for exam? They always like to set moon. Then there's one more. Another one is source of heat. That one is under heat lah. Do you think a jacket is a source of heat? Can you all type into the chat?